Hello and welcome to the Great Game Debate Podcast, where friends come together to respectfully discuss, debate, and disagree about video games. As always, I'm your host, Caden Bearthon Lane, and I am absolutely addicted to Pokemon TCG Pocket. Thanks, Steven. And speaking of the Sasiasi himself, how are you doing, Steven?
Good, man. Good. I've been getting absolutely terrible pack opens recently.
Mm.
No rainbows for me, unfortunately. But just gotta just one more. You never know.
Yeah. I'm still after a fabled rare pack, but
Yeah.
maybe one day. And of course, the man with the golden voice, bathed in the golden rays of the Erdtree itself currently, looking very amber, looking very sepia. How are you doing today, Mateo?
Doing pretty good. Steven, how is your trading card shop doing then? Have you been neglecting it
Man.
for
I have been
Pokemon?
neglecting my trading card shop. I got like I think I got about $100,000 worth of cards in my trading card shop.
He got
It's just
addicted to his own product.
100%. There's not enough time in the day to crack the amount of packs that I want to crack in my TCG card shop. Especially to get like the ultra rare like ghost cards, which I've got like 4 of.
I haven't made it super far in. Can you hire people to work for you that just open packs for you?
I wish.
Is that a
That
thing?
would be so much better because I can run the register better than most. Like the fastest person that runs the register, I'll beat them in a speed run. So yeah, I could hire like 3
there's a
people.
mechanic where you could hire someone to open packs, but there'd be like a chance it's still cards or something.
That is the one thing the shortfall of that game. I wish people would try and steal so I could beat them up something.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, and of course we are not complete. Our Voltron head slots into place with the godfather of the debate himself, Jonah Gomez. How you doing, buddy?
Mateo, I think I don't know if I can even include you in it since you've got the card shop thing. I need to start an intervention for you guys. Ridiculous. With these card games. I remember when we first started the podcast, Caden's like, "No, I hate TCGs. I hate them. They're the worst." And then he got into Magic Arena or whatever. And then this shit. You guys are insane.
The only reason, maybe we can get into it later, but the only reason is I have a kid now, so now I'm like, desperately looking at games on the mobile phone.
Get it in my veins.
Yeah, exactly. Can't even play my fucking Switch. But we are extremely excited for our special guest this week. None other than community member and patron of the show himself, Randal Reborn, otherwise known as Adam. If anybody's been listening to the show for more than a little bit, you've probably heard of Adam before because we're constantly taking community questions from him, things like that. But how you doing, man? It's great to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This is great. I mean, listening to you guys, I told my wife before I got on here, I'm like, it's gonna be kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you guys listen to yourselves after, but I'm like, the fuck am I gonna listen to now? My car rides in. But no, doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The first hurdle of podcasting is just getting over not liking hearing your own voice and seeing your own face.
Yeah.
Especially when you're on the production side and you got to like edit and whatnot. You listen to your voice a lot, and so you get used to it.
God, why do I sound like this?
I eventually was just like, well, I still have friends, so it must not be that bad.
They want me back on the show, so I guess it's okay. So yeah, you get used to it.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you stop by the Kingdom of Cornea on your way in to recruit the big, rippling, sweaty pecs of Accordion Berserker because it's time for the Ice Melter.
Oh my.
That you guys should have prepared me for. Like, what the hell was I supposed to
do? I don't think anyone knew what we were going for.
It was different today.
You don't punch it, right? Yeah. Audio listeners don't know what the hell we're talking about. And the question this week comes in from none other than Adam himself.
I bring
The
my own
question is,
questions.
yeah, apparently. The question is, what game is your biggest miss? Meaning the game was a huge success, but you just didn't play it. And I guess assuming, you probably wanted to play it. But I'll toss this one right over to you, Adam. I'm sure since you posed this question to the Discord that you must have feelings about it. Does any game come to mind for you?
Yeah, actually, the Yakuza series. I
Oh,
know.
man.
I mean, you guys, especially since I started being in on this Discord and whatnot, I've heard nothing but good things about Yakuza, and yet
Yeah.
I have not tried it. Again, though, you keep on suggesting these 100+ hour games.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I got 2 kids too, so I have no idea
Yep.
when the hell I'm gonna get another 100-hour game in.
Hey, you
Just,
got
And
you
Yakuza's
got
like
at least 6
multiple
hours
100-hour
of
games.
free time that you waste sleeping every night. So
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Who needs that when you go to work?
Facts.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. Yakuza's definitely a good one. Mine's like a dumb weeb thing, but I play that series East from the developer Falcom, but they have a parallel series they put out called the Trails series, like Trails in the Sky. It's different arcs. The most recent one is Trails Through Daybreak, and it just is so daunting. Like I know I would love it because it's literally the same developer as East, which is like one of my favorite series.
didn't
But
you get Trails in the
similar to
Sky on our
Yakuza,
last recording? Didn't you buy it at the
I
end?
did. I bought it, yeah. So that's the first one. So I've dipped a toe into the water. So hopefully after I beat East 10, I'll finally start my Trails journey. But yeah, it's similar problem to Yakuza. There's over like 10 games. I don't really know how many. I think they're up to like 12 or 13 maybe now. And they're each probably like a 50 to 100-hour game, and it's worse than East because East is like every game is a standalone story, but like Trails is like a continuous story, like Yakuza. It's just like, oh my god, so daunting. But yeah, I look forward to getting into that hopefully soon. Steven, what have you got for us on this one?
I absolutely love my Resident Evil games. I'm a scaredy boy, and those games are camp as hell, and I love that. The only scary thing is that baby from the last one, pretty much.
That looks terrifying.
But I have completely missed the Silent Hill series. I've played maybe 2 hours of the first one, on like PlayStation and PlayStation 3 as well, but like gotten into the school and that's about it. So I was really wanting to hit up Silent Hill 2, especially when I heard it got rave reviews and everyone was repping it. Go into the store, I had a gift card as well, so all intention of playing it, and
he bought
they were out of
Pokemon
stock.
cards.
Bought Pokemon cards, just cracked them and racked them. No, they just they didn't have it. So unfortunately my fallback was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it has been sitting on my TV console ever since. And that's it. So I'd really love to play Silent Hill. They're scary.
I'm just gonna buy a game no matter what, even though they don't have the one that I want.
I hate going to a store with the intention of buying something and then going on next time. I did it, and I've made big mistakes. Like I got a big payout at work one time, and I'm like, I got to get myself a new TV. Let's go get a new Samsung. Our Samsung's X amount of years old. They had a deal on Samsung, so they were all sold out. And so I was just like, I need a TV. I need that hit. Need that dopamine rush. And my TV is fine, but it is not the TV that I was looking for.
So we bought Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So I bought Pokemon cards.
So I have a very similar background with Silent Hill. I think I played the first one for about 2 hours. Was that the one where you're just walking around the street at the beginning? It's all foggy. Yeah, I put that.
I mean,
down,
that's just Silent Hill.
Where the hell I'm going? That's also true.
No, there's that one with the glory hole in the apartment. We talked about it like last time.
That is true.
That's after you get off the street.
Subways in that one. Yeah. No, it's tricky. I know there's a lot of varying opinions on whether or not the series as a whole really holds up, but at the same time, like, what was that?
I said as a glory hole. You mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think Silent Hill 2 remake is probably a good jumping on point. But Mateo, what do you have for us?
Oh man, I had one that popped to mind immediately. Right, so God of
Yeah.
War, Ragnarok.
Oh,
Never played that one. Love the first one.
yeah.
Love the reboot, I guess, or the
Yeah.
reboot sequel, whatever. But I never played Ragnarok.
I don't know.
But when I was thinking of that one, I also have never played Spider-Man 2. I've also never played Last of Us Part 2. So apparently, if you're just a big tent like PlayStation series, I'm not playing your sequel.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the exact same way. It's because I don't have a PlayStation 5, and then when they come out on PC like a year or two later, I
don't care.
Lose interest.
Just look at them on Steam.
Yeah.
You're not part of the zeitgeist or anything, so you're just like, nah.
Yeah, that is it is crazy how addictive the zeitgeist is. But yeah, Mateo is clearly worse than Valve. He can't even count to 2. Is that 2018 behind you, or is that Ragnarok behind you, Adam?
That's Ragnarok.
Ah, nice.
That's sweet.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm almost start to hear. I know you're a big fan of God of War, Adam.
I like God. Yeah, I've liked that series since the beginning.
I never played the old ones. I've only played the rebooty sequel, whatever we want to call it.
2018.
Super disappointed. You'd be
I don't
super
know.
disappointed probably in the older ones then, because they're nothing like the new ones.
They're super arcadey, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just hack and slash.
That's
They're kind of fun. You just press square, triangle, and kill
fun
everything.
as hell. Yep. Square, triangle.
Yeah.
Is that for the sex scene or for the combat?
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
You gotta flick the joystick a little bit for the sex.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Just like in Immortality.
Yep.
What? All right, Jonah, what do you have?
So I'm just gonna kind of say all of 2024. I just really haven't been buying games this year, and a lot of last year too. But I think the biggest whiff that I made this year was Balatro. I really just regret not playing
it's so good.
It's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting it because it's on phones now. I'm gonna get nap trapped for an hour or two a day under a 30-pound baby, so might just pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, you got a right arm and a left arm. You got plenty of veins to spare.
Watch, Caden's gonna have his kid on his chest, and he's gonna be playing the phone, and then he's gonna fall asleep and then drop his phone on his kid.
Yeah.
Like, no, why couldn't it have been my face?
Yeah. I mean, I can only open 2 packs a day in Pokemon, so I gotta play something else, you know?
They get you freaking fiending.
All right,
so in real life, you just open the Pokemon cards right above the trash can. You just dump them in, grab the one rare.
Literally worth 2 sits, so, you know. But yeah, thanks, Adam, for sending in that question for yourself. Appreciate it. Before we move on, I would like to do a quick shout out for our patrons. So thank you very much to Dan Giesling, Pucho, Wes, Dakota Falk, Randal Reborn, Too Good, aka Adam. Hey Adam, thanks for supporting us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Austin Sheen and Cherie Clark.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, so I'll put you in the hot seat for a little bit here, Adam. Just get to know you a little bit better for our listeners as well. But yeah, I'll just give you the floor here. I'm just kind of curious, about your gaming journey, maybe how you started gaming and what some of your favorite games are, what you're playing these days, So just whatever that brings up for you.
All right, yeah. Pretty much my gaming, started back with the original Nintendo, sitting in my aunt and uncle's smoky basement playing whatever Nintendo games that they had. Like, yeah, whenever I smell a musty basement, I go right to Contra. I don't know about anyone else.
That's
but
amazing.
Dude,
that's kind of what I think of. Contra. Then you got the Super NES.
People don't realize just how much everything in the 80s and the early 90s smelled like cigarettes.
It's true.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
Just
while,
smoke
I
in
thought it was
public.
just a smoky haze just all the time.
Mm.
Like that's just what I
Mhm.
lived in.
Yeah, it's
um,
funny. My grandparents basically chain smoked cigarettes, so when I stayed with them in the summer and played like Tetris on their Game Boy and shit like that, it's like I have the same kind of association with that smell and like Nintendo.
exactly.
Everything just has a
Exactly.
yellow tinge to it.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's where I'm from.
Wow, you got a
Yeah,
yellow Game Boy?
that's
That's so cool. Oh my god.
That's
so
so
yeah, then
gross.
just kind of
So gross, dude.
Sorry, please continue, Adam.
no, you're fine. You're fine. So yeah, then just kind of moved on. Older brother bringing over his Nintendo, playing Punch Out, things like that, and then kind of kept going up. Got the Super NES with Donkey Kong Country and what else? Madden, all those other games. PlayStation. Then that's when I found Final Fantasy VII.
Nice.
PlayStation was great. I mean, I remember when
Yeah.
my PlayStation, like, because I was a kid, like, I remember something with the disc drive, but I figured out like, and everyone had to do this with a system back in the day. You had to figure out a way to make it continue to work because you sure as shit weren't getting a new one
Yeah.
from your
Yeah.
so
Flipping it over.
I had to have it sideways, like so. It was,
Sideways,
It's so
yeah,
fun.
Yep.
I was just getting prepared for the PS5, looking ridiculous. So
Exactly.
it was just
Head of the game.
1997.
Mhm.
The most insane thing, because that was an insane thing, but the most insane thing I heard about some low jack that worked is the fact that if you wrapped a damp towel around the Xbox 360, you could fix the red ring of death.
What the
Yeah, so
fuck?
Is that
basically,
really true? I thought that was fake.
no, it is true because basically what would happen is you're trapping all the heat in, and then it's steaming the thermal paste to recondense it back onto the processor. I'm not
Oh,
Is
kidding.
that what
my
the
no, dude.
problem was? It
That's
wasn't
that
even
sounds
attached to the heatsink? What the fuck?
Yeah,
that
It's also a
sounds
good way to
like
burn your house down.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That gives me the vibes of like you can microwave your phone to
Yeah.
charge.
Right.
my
Somebody's done a listing on this on YouTube.
no,
We'll
we
figure it out.
my household used to jailbreak Xbox 360s, and so I know a whole lot about Xboxes with red rings.
So
and
have you
death and
actually
stuff.
done this before?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Does
Okay, so we have
steam
a
come out of it?
Yeah,
got a first-hand account here.
when my mom and I moved in with my stepdad, he was all about jailbreaking Xbox 360s and fixing red rings of death and stuff. And so a lot of
Yeah, that's
people
cool.
would
I've
get
never heard this
their
before.
arcades, they'd red ring after a couple years, and so they'd have the super old OS, and that just made it super easy to crack them. And so you could just download games and whatnot on them. It was awesome.
Sick, dude.
How I got
My
to play a
first
lot
Xbox
of games for the
360.
360. Yeah.
Mhm. Go ahead, Adam.
My first 360 red ringed after I think 2 hours, and it was
Holy
no.
shit!
it was on Christmas. So I'm sitting there like,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
getting all excited. I sit down and
like Halo
red
3,
ring, I'm like,
let's go.
yep, exactly. I was like all excited. Oh god, I was so
That's
pissed.
awful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet your parents were pissed too.
That's
Fucking
Oh,
Matt Booty
absolutely.
ruined Christmas.
that's
Yeah,
how
right.
that's how I played Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I didn't have to pay for it.
Oh shit. Yeah, you need to get yourself hooked up with Jonah's stepdad. Apparently, get yourself all fixed up, jailbroken.
Or just get an
Yeah,
Xbox
just
Series S, you know?
I'll meet you in the
Yeah.
sauna. You bring your Xbox. Y'all just hang out in the sauna for a bit. It's party's done.
Yeah.
Pour some more water on it, please.
Mhm. But yeah, what are some of your like all-time favorite games? No pressure to like rank them or anything. Just
No,
kind
no.
of.
Yeah, after PlayStation, I became kind of an Xbox guy because that was back in the day when there was only one console and you couldn't have all of
Yeah.
them all the time. So I
Mhm.
became kind of a big Halo player. I was never good. I was a big Halo player, never good at it, but
What's wrong with
I was playing it.
Yeah,
that?
just blood gold up on the corner with a sniper rifle. shooting your mates that didn't know how to get up there.
Oh, no. I was the guy in the base just sitting in the corner with the shotgun because the sniper, that's too small of a reticle for me.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
But yeah, a lot of LAN that was a big part of my high school was just LAN
That's
parties
awesome, dude.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Hell yeah,
like, that
dude.
was sitting in my
Hell yeah.
buddy's basement, eating pizza, drinking Mountain Dew, just
The
smell the
dream.
balls and pizza.
Holy shit.
So yeah, then just kind of kept going, right? I mean, any mainstream games until pretty much you guys are the reason why I play a lot of different games because
Oh,
otherwise it was
nice.
mostly Call of Duty
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit like that. So that's why I appreciate the hell out of this Discord.
Hey, we're doing
Yeah,
good work,
same.
boys. Let's go.
That's
Doing
it. Crack a
God's
pack.
work.
Community.
What's the harm in cracking a pack? Do it.
Uh-oh. Are we losing Steven?
Oh,
Oh no, really?
Give it to us one more
Who's
time,
back?
Steve. I think you're back.
Okay.
I think you're
So
We'll
not
just
cracking a
act
pack?
like. No, we'll just act like that never happened.
Okay, cool.
You had to crack a pack real quick.
yeah, I'm still not playing that whatever card game you guys were talking about earlier. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's okay
We'll
to
get you
say
one
no
day.
to drugs, Adam. I'm proud of you.
Yep. I'm not giving into that peer pressure.
We don't do
That's
crack
funny.
around here.
So, what are the games that you've been playing lately? You know, we like to say on the show, it just seems like these days everybody's playing something different because there's just too many games that you can't play them all. So, what's caught your attention lately?
So I'm sure you know, Caden, I've been rocking a lot of Metaphor.
Oh, yeah.
That one I've kind of put aside. That one it started to wear on me just a little
Yeah,
bit.
understandable.
But yeah, it just I really got into it in the beginning. Like I just loved every aspect of that game. The time lapse and all that stuff. Even
Yeah.
though
So
if I had to hear about a new king come to age one more time,
I-
I'd lose my fucking mind.
I've got a question about that game because I literally know nothing other than that this is
Okay,
like
sure.
Persona-like, but like fantasy.
Mhm.
I've never
Is-
played any Persona game, so
Is this game like, because like every person that I've like heard talk about this game is like, oh man, I love this game, but it's just dragging on. Is it just like is it just
sounds
too
like you know
long
exactly
of a
about
game?
this game.
Is it just
I
too
mean,
long?
I've been,
I think that's my
yeah, every one of us playing it in the Discord has had that realization eventually. Like the first like 15 hours of the game is just like fucking amazing, and then eventually it's just like this. Okay, it just needs to end. Like it's too long. The story's gone on too long. Why is this even happening? It's pointless. Like all these side dungeons are pointless. Like
Okay, so
just
it's
too
long.
not
Like,
it's not that the story is like good and it's just a really long story. It's like everything's just like it started out really high and then it's just
that's my
slowly
opinion. Is
tanking.
that
Yeah.
yes. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's
like an
exactly
entire arc of the story that I just think doesn't need to be there. It's kind of like the third chapter where you're in this port city and you have to like sneak into the main bad guys like warship basically and steal information, and like that whole section of the game I feel like was irrelevant to the overall plot and just could have been taken out, you know.
Wait, you're
Not only
saying
that,
the
but
anime
also-
game has a filler arc?
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
So,
not
you
just
know,
that with that sneaking in one. So you sneak
Mhm.
in, you can do like part of a sneak in mission, leave, and then come back because you know every good sneaking mission lets you leave and come back to the area.
yeah.
We just have to call timeout, and then
Yeah.
you're good.
I'm a little tired. I gotta go eat something, open up a couple of Pokemon cards, and then I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Yes, sure gets airlifted out of the
Agent
site,
47
so
always
it
has to
gets
go
separate.
home and shave his head if it's like a
Yeah.
1 week whip mission, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think he shaves
Um,
everywhere? Is he smooth head to toe?
Oh, he's
Agent
smooth
47?
boy. Yeah, he's a smooth boy.
Dynamic.
Yeah,
Hydrodynamic.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Big
Sounds like
swimmer.
a dolphin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
How he
It's like
gets
he
most
gets
of
into
his
so many
cardio.
outfits so quickly. Like it's just like every outfit's like a second skin.
He's greased
Yeah,
up
man.
too. He's greasy.
Yeah,
He's a greasy
yeah.
boy.
Glides on. Are there any other games you wanted to shout out, Adam?
Oh, Unicorn Overlord, that game rocks so
I'm
hard.
so happy to hear that.
So
Oh my
hard.
god, you know, That's my
Yeah,
that's
no,
literally my go-to. So
that game's just so great. I
yeah.
love the tactical version. Like at first, I was a little turned off by the auto battle
Yeah.
mechanic or whatever you want to call it, but
And then you
the
saw
more I
them
get into
rippling abs, and you're just like, I'm in.
oh, I was in.
Oh yeah.
The ice melted. But yeah, that and Balatro.
Oh yeah.
Like you,
Nice.
I have very, very limited time. So grabbing the Switch when my daughters don't have it, and I can rock out a couple of hands of Balatro.
Good game for that. It's
That's
such a
awesome.
good game for that.
It
Yeah.
is. Pick it up for 10 minutes. You feel like you accomplished something, and you can put it down. It's awesome.
Nice.
I just can't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't get the last challenge still. The Jokerless win.
Oh.
Can't do it.
Oh, there's no way I'll get that. That'll be unobtainable for me.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us pick your brain, Adam. And time for a debate.
It's time for the debate of all debates, baby. We're talking about GOATY contenders, and bringing to the plate today, we've got Steven representing DLC versus Adam representing real games. Just kidding.
True.
Adam's bringing full release games versus Steven bringing DLC and expansions. We already put a poll out into the community asking if DLC should be considered a nomination for outlets like the Game Awards, and I think the majority vote was no, but I thought it'd be a fantastic debate idea for the show, so here we are. We've got Caden today as the assist trophy. Now, Adam, as our guest, would you like to start or close the debate today?
I'll close it.
Close. All right. Choosing to go second. Steven, you've got 2 minutes on the clock. Now, I want you to bring the heat today, all right, son? You got it?
I'm coming into this as like no preparation.
All right.
So this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. All right. Steven, you got 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh shit.
3, 2, 1, debate.
One thing I really dislike about, I guess, games discourse is just the crazy amount of gatekeeping. Like, good shit is good shit, and that's what I think award shows and anytime that you're giving flowers to someone, it's just best wins, in my opinion. And in multiple years, there have been DLC packages or expansions or sequels that have just flipped assets that have deserved that, because sometimes they'll do something new. Not all the time, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, good shit is good shit. It doesn't matter. If you are reusing assets in new ways, if you said that DLC is not GOTY contender worthy, then that would mean you have to take one of the greatest, like for most fans, Zelda games off the table, which is Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask started as Zelda DD as an expansion on the fated DD system, so it never came out, and then they flipped production and ended up in 18-month turnaround, which is horrible crunch. Don't do that. Turned into a crazy new experiment, but it used so many of the assets from Ocarina of Time. And that is one of those perfect examples of how DLC can be can transcend the base material and be very well worthy of receiving flowers. And same with the thing with Shadow of the Erdtree bringing up all these issues is this isn't the first time this has happened. It's happened with Cyberpunk and with Blood and Wine before it. So we'll talk about that later.
Damn. I said bring the heat, and that was very good, Steven. Woo! All right. Adam, you got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
And I'm glad that you brought up the Game Awards. You got some games that are missing out because of Shadow of the Erdtree. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Stellar Blade, Dragon's Dogma 2, Unicorn Overlord, Helldivers 2, Warhammer 40k, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Dragon Age, Star Wars Outlaws. These are just games that don't get to have their moment in the sun because of a game that has already come out years ago. Game of the year, not game of last year. So they don't have. Also, all of these games are standalone games. I can pop it in the disc or download it, whatever your preference of playing a game is, and play that base game, and you get the full game. You also you don't have to play for 40 hours to even reach said area just to get to that content. So that is my opening. I'm gonna cede the rest.
Awesome. Leaving 45 seconds on the
Confident.
clock. Dude, both very strong openers from both participants today. Mateo, how are you feeling about this, man?
Why is Steven's no prep debate his least chaotic debate?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because that's what I usually do. I sit in the shower and I think of the dumbest joke I can come up with.
Oh, okay.
And that's my prep. So I haven't had the time to come up with my dumbest joke yet.
Time to be a joker.
So I clearly need a shower.
Yes, solid openings. Other thought. This is an aside, Jonah. We've talked about adding chaos modifiers to the debate before.
Mm-hmm.
What if we randomized how long you're debating for? And it's anywhere between 30 seconds per section to like 5 minutes per section.
Oh, and you can't cede your time. Oh,
imagine
if you don't have anything.
Imagine the fear we'll see in people's eyes when you say, "Okay, put in 5 minutes on the clock."
Oh man,
just getting started, baby.
Maybe that's how we'll change it up next year. I like that. All right, we'll go into round 2, the rebuttal round. Steven, you've got 2 minutes.
I will close with Caden.
Oh, okay.
So he can do the last 30 seconds.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Let me get that set up right here. Caden, Steven, you've got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
It is so prescient to bring up the fact that all of these games got snubbed for DLC. When Kendrick just dropped GNX, his newest album, and in one of his songs he says, "We've all got the same 24." So if all of these freaking game companies can't fucking make a game that's good enough to beat Elden Ring, well, what were you doing in the first place? Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel any sympathy for especially for Zelda. Like, I freaking love Zelda. I'm wearing a freaking Zelda hat right now. It does not shine any sort of light or cast any sort of shadow. And it doesn't deserve the place over Shadow of the Erdtree. Do better is what I am saying to all those companies. Like, it's all and that's the thing. We've got to remember the Game Awards is about zeitgeist. Game Awards is about the media cycle. It is what all the media companies have played, and then all of us vote on it. But what all the media companies have played. If you don't have a good story to tell, then they're not going to play your game. So I am saying show up and show out. Like, that's what this is all about. Like, there are so many full games that are worse than some of the best DLCs that I've played. Like, as I said, Blood and Wine also got nominated for GOTY. So this was a story years ago, and everyone's forgotten it because it wasn't an issue, because everyone just realized that Blood and Wine, hell yeah, that is a full game. It's a 35-hour experience, and you have to have the base game to play it. But it was fantastic. And that's the thing. Like, I have played so many full release games where I just go, man, I've just wasted a lot of money. Whereas with DLC, I put a little bit of money in for a banger experience.
Time. All right, Caden, you've got 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead.
All right. How can the best performance of the year be in something that could not be eligible for GOTY? So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rendition from a performance out of Shadow of the Erd Tree here, and you just tell me if this is GOTY, okay? Oh, the pain! The pain in my arms! My legs! Each lies a bloody ruin! Ah, the exquisite pain! Bale! Final Bale! Oh, terror incarnate! There is life in me yet! I will soon feast upon your heart! Mark my words! You too shall know fear!
I'm sorry, audio listeners. The mic was peaking really bad, but I'm not going to do anything to try and clean it up. All right, that was the assist trophy
from the other room.
Wow, that's one way to do a rebuttal. Steven, you brought the heat again. That was fantastic. All right, Adam, you've got 2 minutes on the clock for your rebuttal. 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, so I like that you keep saying that just because a full game is an amount. I listed a whole bunch of games. You picked out one of those games. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't give Shadow of the Erd Tree its accolades or whatever. It definitely has its place, but in a different category. I'm not talking about completely snub the game because obviously I'm not going to say that Shadow of the Erd Tree or Elden Ring isn't a good game because it's phenomenal. Played it myself, love it. But it's a DLC. That has its own category. You need to have everyone has their place. You also brought up, I'm spacing because this is a lot harder than what it seems to be, and 2 minutes is a fucking eternity. You brought up, I mean, like, look at Unicorn Overlord. I bet you if we ask Caden what his game of the year is, it's Unicorn Overlord. But it doesn't get a chance because Shadow of the Erd Tree is in it. I'm sticking to that argument. And also, what about what about ceding my time?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point.
Leaving 45 seconds on the table. No, it's good. It's good. It's a good argument.
Yep.
All right, going into round 3. Adam still has his assist trophy that he can use for his final round if you want. Caden, as the assist trophy, I want to get your thoughts on this debate so far. How are you feeling?
What? You can have a nuanced conversation about whether a DLC should be GOTY? That's crazy. Wow, my mind's expanding.
All right,
one ripple at a time.
We're adding those wrinkles to the brain. Mateo, you're writing notes. You're keeping track of things. How are our opponents doing?
They're doing pretty good. I was thinking about your Xbox thing earlier, and it makes sense that you would wrap it and steam it, because like when I make baked potatoes in the microwave, I stab them a bunch, and the Xbox already is filled with holes. So
yeah,
fantastic. Good debate.
Fantastic.
That's a good opinion on the debate.
Yeah, that's a really good opinion. All right, well, we'll get past Mateo's hunger and right into Steven's closing thoughts. You've got 2 minutes on the clock, sir. 3, 2, 1, debate.
I now activate my trap card. What I want to say right now is very prescient to this discussion. I just looked at the top 3 games that are on the Game Awards lists on Metacritic, and sitting at the same level as Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, we have a Mario clone, and we have a game that everyone on this panel, including Adam, have said is too long. And everyone's gotten bored of it and has shelved it because it's just way too long. These are the greatest games of the year. None of them have done the amount of just mind-boggling, awesome world building, layers on layers on layers of exploration that is harnessed in the 40 hours of content with 50 phenomenal bosses. I know it's not 50, it's 42 or whatever the fuck it is. In Shadow of the Erd Tree. It is it's hard to process because like when I grew up of Mario games and stuff, you fight like 3 bosses and they all take 3 hits, and just like the complexity of a tree is so crazy. And like I think that Astrobot is my next favorite game, and it's nowhere near as revolutionary. It doesn't push the pencil anywhere near as much. It is literally Mario Galaxy with a great coat of paint. Like that's it, and that's fine, and that's great. But it is not moving our industry, the video game industry, forward the way that FromSoft always does and should always be respected when it hits a home run. And let's just break it down. DLC. Downloadable content. So now you're saying DLC is can't be GOTY. That means one of the biggest games of all time, Fortnite, cannot be GOTY. I rest my case.
Wow.
Is that the Jonah pitch? Is that the Jonah?
Like, is that the slight at me? Because whatever.
No, there's not a slight. I'm saying it's bullshit to say that DLC can't be GOTY.
I think it was pandering to one particular judge. Is what it was.
I'll talk about this after the finish of the debate.
Okay. All right, Adam. You've got 2 minutes.
I'll start off with my assist trophy.
Okay, start off with your assist trophy.
Cool.
All right, Caden, you've got 2 minutes on the clock. I'm sorry, you've got 30 seconds on the clock. I'm not not in it today, I guess. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Okay, here's what Shadow of the Erdtree doesn't have. It doesn't have Kraken packs, okay? So we're gonna do a live pack open. I'm just gonna check real quick to see if there's any backward packs or packs with bent corners. I don't see any. So we're just gonna choose one.
15 seconds.
We're gonna crack that. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's peek.
Hey,
I see a red.
We got 10
That's
seconds.
new. That was a good too. Willis, Growlithe. Shadow of the Erdtree does not have Kraken or Rare Ultron. What's his name? Jolteon.
All right, Adam, you've got 2 minutes on the clock. I don't know if that's gonna help, but 3, 2, 1, debate.
Well, thank you, Kaden. That did something.
Did something for me. I loved it.
Yeah, Steven's pants are a little tighter. That's about all that is. All right, so I want to bring up 2 things. One, you brought up Blood and Wine, and with doing next to no research on that, Blood and Wine, I believe you can just play that standalone. You can start right into Blood and Wine, so that kind of negates it's DLC, but you can get that and just play the Blood and Wine portion. So get away with that. Second, DLC. We're gonna break it down just like you did. Downloadable content. Not downloadable game. Content. So, with that being said, what's your favorite Pokemon? That's about all I got. That's all I got.
Awesome. Leaving a minute on the clock. I love it. All right. Let's pass it around the judge.
Audio listeners, sorry. Caden was it called mewing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I forced him due to hearing that content is not game. So, you know.
All right.
Jonah.
Yeah.
The man asked you a question. Favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon?
Well, I was asking Steven. That doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Honestly, though, my favorite Pokemon visually, and I know this is kind of like a weird Pokemon, but I love Chimchar, dude. He's a cute little guy.
Fuck yeah.
Just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Right, sorry,
Little guy.
And Gengar. Gengar's awesome, too.
Yeah, fucking Gengar, dude.
Just a fat boy. Yeah, I love Greninja.
Greninja's
love
sick.
Meowlakazam.
I love Greninja and Smash. Greninja and Smash is peak.
Yeah.
All right. We'll pass it around the horn. Caden, as the assist trophy, I guess. What are your thoughts? Where are you leaning on this?
Well, you guys know I come in bias here because I got in a knockdown, drag-out fight with Holden in the Discord about this topic on the side of DLCs or games eligible for GOTY. But trying to look at it as objectively as I can. What I really appreciated was the objective point that Adam presented, that it all was not related to any bias I have, that having a DLC in the GOTY slot at the Game Awards takes a slot away from games like my personal GOTY, Unicorn Overlord. You can see how that's not related to my biases at all.
No.
So that almost brought me over to the side, and I do think that's a great point, but I don't think the problem is DLC specifically, but just the games that they pick in general. A lot of the times, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if this is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, at the end of the day, I'll admit I have personal bias, but I do think Steven really brought it and represented his side well, and it's just a weird argument, but
It
yeah,
is a weird argument.
I agree more with Steven, so I will give him my vote.
Okay.
But you represented yourself very well, Adam.
All right, Mateo, you wrote the notes. You're thinking about baked potatoes. How are you feeling now?
I did. I feel good. Because I think Caden kind of broke it down a little bit for me. As far as my thoughts on this, I think Steven had two very fiery starts, like two sections at the beginning. They were solid, super solid. I don't think he stuck the landing, and I think Adam did win me over. I think that if we are talking specifically, maybe this is the issue. Maybe we didn't frame this completely. So the way I'm taking it is we're talking specifically about the GOTY awards, because that's what a lot of the focus was in the arguments.
Yeah.
That's
The way Adam framed it makes sense to me. There should be a DLC category. Now, if you want to talk personal GOTYs, you want to put Erdtree as your number one, fuck yeah, dude. Do it all day.
Yeah.
But the GOTY one, I think he won me over. I think I can kind of agree just with that as the alternative. Like, let's make a DLC category. There's a lot of DLC that comes out. It kind of makes sense.
And behind the curtains, the entirety of the closer, that was the only thing I had an idea about, was thinking about every single indie game as being downloadable content only, mostly.
Yeah,
and I was gonna, if I had gone last, then I could have like just brought up like Hollow Knight and just a whole bunch of bullshit, just to like be like, all these games are not eligible for GOTY. So unfortunately, I missed that chance, and that's why my closer just doesn't work, because there was a chance for rebuttal.
I did kind of want to point that out. Is like, every game is downloadable content now.
Yeah,
even if you have a physical version of the game, everything you still have to download it.
Code. But like the whole thing started really, like, Blood and Wine aside, it really started last year. It showed that they needed a DLC category in the Game Awards, because they were just like, but we need to give Cyberpunk its flowers. It's like, it came back from the brink of being a shit game, and like, it was like they felt like they owed them something, and they really didn't. And yet they put him in best ongoing game, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like, it's just DLC." Like,
this has been happening in like the Oscars for years and years and years. There's directors that win awards like for their shittiest film, because they're like, they got snubbed like 10 years ago, so we have to.
I used to be a film fucking weeb. And so, like, I love Infernal Affairs. And so when I saw The Departed, I'm like, cool, this is a cool remake of Infernal Affairs. But then when he won the Oscar for it, I'm just like, how does he win Best Director for a film he didn't direct? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like he did a shot-for-shot remake and put in fucking Boston accents and put in Marky Mark being fucking Marky Mark, and it's like, you win Best Director for that? Like, and it was one of those, we're sorry we didn't give it to you for Raging Bull. We're sorry we didn't give it to you for Taxi Driver, was like why he got the Oscar.
Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of that moving into the video game awards world for sure.
Yeah. Man, both like Mateo and Caden breaking it down, this is difficult, because like, on one hand, I do agree with like, whatever you play is what you're gonna pick for your game of the year. Like right now, that's kind of how I'm feeling, just because a lot of the games that I've played were from previous years. You know,
New Fortnite season looks dope.
It is dope. It's fantastic. But I think I'm gonna have to side with Adam on this. I think when it comes to award shows, and I kind of want to push this into a discussion just a little bit, is it should have a DLC section for expansions and whatnot. And I think
Yeah, but
I think a good push for, or like a good reason why they should have this, is that's going to push more games to try and get into that category. You
but
know,
how do I fit in the 30-minute Hideo Kojima segment where he walks out on stage?
Right.
well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
Kojima time.
get the 15-second, and the winner of the DLC award goes to
But how
Elden
do,
Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree, yay! And everyone claps.
But then we have to drop the Hideo Kojima award, the annual award.
No,
that
because
Jeff
it's
Keighley
only going to
just
be
gives
30
out.
seconds, and then Hideo Kojima's going to be on there for 29 and a half minutes instead of 30. I'm sorry.
Couldn't they just make it longer?
It's
not
already
like-
so
Like it's
long,
17
dude.
hours long.
Yeah.
We're all just watching on the side screen while we're playing something anyway.
That's true.
So, like,
That's true. I'm changing a diaper.
I just feel sorry for the people that are actually there at the event. That must be freaking boring.
Oh
dude.
my god. Yeah.
Yeah, and unless you're hanging out with
Actually
homies,
Yeah,
y-
just drinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's
like
be fair, if you're just hanging out with homies, then it doesn't really matter what you're watching.
Yeah, 100%.
exactly. Because
That's
I
like the amount of terrible online games like we've played that are just amazing because it's just you're just hanging out.
yeah, that's what we're gonna
Right.
be doing. We're gonna be chilling in the Discord chat, watching the live stream, just hanging out, shooting the shit. You know, and I'm comfortable. I'm not dressed up and sitting in a stadium chair. You know, but yeah, what do you guys think about if they had just a dedicated DLC or
100%.
expansion? Like, do you think that would push the industry to try and push out like expansions, or do you think that's going to make games worse
I don't
because they're
think
like,
It's a great
Well,
question
like-
because I do feel
don't-
like they need to change it up every year. If they don't have enough family games, if there's just not good enough family
Oh
games,
yeah.
like don't do it that year. And or if there's
Yeah.
not good enough racing games, like don't do it that year or whatever, and just switch it up. Like
Mhm.
make it, because it feels so forced when it's just you come back from the break and he's like, oh, an RPG of the year goes to Final Fantasy and another thing, and he just moves on from him anyway. So it's like, why can't that be
Exactly. There's not even
DLC?
anybody
Like,
accepting the award.
or
Yeah.
maybe get
Yeah.
rid of like the 6 esports awards that are just going to get rattled off in like
Yeah.
3 minutes,
exactly.
and then also
and
Keely,
or,
let the people talk.
Let
Yeah.
the people
Let the
talk.
devs
Doesn't-
talk and thank the people that helped make the games.
doesn't esports have their own awards? Isn't that the entire purpose of esports? They compete so they can win things.
yeah.
No, it's for
or
the
if they wanna make
it-
esports
Really good point.
events to win awards.
Oh
If you
my
want to
god!
make it more cutthroat, like, because sometimes it's just really annoying when you got action adventure game and action game. I think
Mhm.
just scrap them both and just say best gameplay, like best direction, best
Yeah.
narrative, best gameplay. Why
would-
isn't there a best gameplay?
I was just
category.
thinking, like they're
Like,
gonna have to. Do they have to make more
like-
categories? Because there's games that don't fit into anything.
That's
very
what I'm
neatly,
saying.
right?
It's like, because sometimes it's just like, the thing that gets best action adventure wins best game or whatever. And it's like, well, just, why do we even have those extra categories? It's just like, so we can make sure we've got Call of Duty on there and make sure we've got Zelda on there. It's like, man, if
Yeah,
they don't
instead of
deserve
trying to
that, they
break
don't
it down
deserve
by
it.
genres, break it down
Yeah.
by like
What we would
elements,
expect to be the
yeah,
best. Yeah.
elements of pretty much every game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Interesting.
I like that idea.
But yeah,
All right. Well,
go ahead.
congratulations, Adam, on your win. And of course, the community will decide the true winner, although we already know. We've already had a foot on this topic. So you can look into the future, Adam, and enjoy
See that you
your.
won. That you
Yeah.
won.
I don't know. Steven brought a really good
No,
point. Like, a lot
yeah.
of his points are fantastic.
But with that, it's time to move on to a GGG list mini, where we'll allow Adam to add a game to our ongoing list. All right, Adam. So you've listened to the show, so you know how this works. But I'll just give a quick rundown for any listeners who might be new to the process. But the GGG list is our ongoing hall of greats of video games. But the little twist is we take prompts from our community that we have to pick games that match to put them onto the list. So For the GGD List Mini as our guest, you'll get to look back through all of our past community prompts. Pick whichever one tickles your fancy and take it as you will and pick a game to add to that prompt to then add to our list and rank. So why don't you go ahead and let us know which prompt you've chosen and what game you're adding to that prompt.
All right. I had some time thinking about this, and I'm gonna go with "Oh, That's Cool" because
Oh,
pretty much any game you pick, it's like, "Oh, that's cool." Like if you like it,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. So I'm gonna go with "Oh, That's Cool," and I'm gonna add in "Neon White."
oh,
That is cool.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is a very cool
Yeah.
pick. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
cool game. I mean, you
Yeah.
discard cards. I mean, you guys, I know how much you guys like cards and shit. So
Mhm.
discard the cards. They do different elements. The guns are. I mean, it's not like the guns are really cool, but they serve a point, whatever.
That
But the
game has an
finding
"oh,
different
that's
ways.
cool" mechanic system. That,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's
And
That's a
it,
good
awesome. I
pick.
love that
That
game.
is a good pick.
when you watch like speedrunners and stuff, it gives you that like Super Monkey Ball vibe, like where they just break it
Yeah.
so crazily quickly, and it's so cool to watch.
And
Mhm.
that game,
Yeah.
like that game, lets the average player get that
Feel
speedrun
good.
feel.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's very
Um,
polished. There's so many indie games that have a similar concept. Not quite,
And don't hit
but
it,
you know,
yeah.
but yeah, man,
Like
it's so polished.
your
It's so
rhythm
good.
shooters and stuff. Yeah.
It runs just. I played it on the Switch, and it still runs just buttery smooth. Like it's
That's
Yeah.
so
awesome.
good.
And then
That's
having
a good
those
pick, dude.
time trials like just baked into it, so you're competing with your
Yep.
friends. Like, it's
Mhm.
just
Yep.
it knows what it's doing and it does it so freaking right. Like that is
Yeah.
honestly, I think
Yeah.
that's the best pick for "oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
Like honestly,
that's
Yeah,
a-
looking at the red stuff, for sure.
that game, definitely Neon White, and also like I'll shout out like Trials for doing that. Like
Mhm.
having a
Mhm.
level that's
Yeah,
only like
Trials is good.
1 minute long definitely gives you that replayability because it's
Yeah.
and I'll try and do 56 seconds, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just like,
Right.
and then you see your mates, and you're like, ooh, fuck, just gotta go one more.
Yeah.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
many times you replay a level just to
Yeah.
shave like 0.5 seconds off of something. It's like, no, I can
Yeah.
do better. I can do
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
And that game
Hell
has like online leaderboards too, so you
Mm.
can even just set it to show your like online friends times and not
Mm.
like the global leaders. So
Yeah.
there's always that like, ooh,
Yeah.
I could steal this out from under my buddy.
Now, does it have a ghost mode? Is there because you know, like Trackmania?
You
Trackmania's
unlock
got
it.
global leaderboards, and you can see your
Oh,
ghost and
okay.
whatnot. Is there a ghost in Neon White?
If I remember right, you unlock it. So like after you
Gotcha.
get so much, I think it's called insight. They let you see like a
Mm-hmm.
ghost that if you're struggling to get like the platinum or whatever, you can follow
Mhm.
that
Give you a
exactly
Smart.
like
optimal path.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not that you
Or like
can't find
a
an even
race
better
line
one.
in Forza or something.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Adam.
Uh,
Where are you thinking this is going?
All right. Looking at like you guys always do, like where does it kind of fall into? Um,
Mhm.
I'm looking right at Halo and Titanfall or Titanfall.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Who did
I was looking at when I was you guys are talking, and I was like, looking, like, what the hell did they do to Titanfall?
It's an
I'm
all.
assuming that's Titanfall, like that some weird
Titanfall 2.
indie
Yeah.
game. That,
Yeah.
so Titanfall 2 is I would say like I would put it right below, so at like the 27. That's
I
where
like
I
that.
would. If
Honestly, I like that. I like that kind of fits
That-
around that movement shooter, first person
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like Halo is amazing for so many things. Movement is not one of them.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the most recent, even in what is it, Infinite, or whatever.
I do like the
It's
movement system in
it's
Infinite,
still-
but
Significantly better.
It's significantly better,
The
but it's still
gra-
not
the-
a good
yeah.
system.
Yeah.
the grappling hook was dope though. It was fun.
No, yeah, I
Had a
like
grappling hook,
27.
anything just
That's
about.
that's fantastic.
I get no
actually,
pushback for this. No
I-
pushback.
No, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
No,
we're
that's-
happy.
I would say take it up to 26.
Above
Yeah,
Titanfall
personally,
Titanfall 2?
Oh,
I don't play.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
I love
so.
like that's my favorite sliding.
I
That's
really
such
like
good sliding.
Titanfall too.
Mhm.
All
All
right.
right, well,
I'm fine with the plot as proposed.
just for posterity, unchanged, but we'll just go through our top 10 as of the moment. So, number 10 is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Last
did that
guess
get there?
Cam snuck that in there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Number 9, Elden Ring. That reminds me in the future to bring Shadow of the Erd Tree as a separate game from Elden Ring and put it on the list.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Shadow of the Colossus. Number 7, Chrono Trigger. I barely know her. Number 6, Outer Wilds. Number 5, Talaz Tatuk. That's the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Just to be serious about. Number 5, Baldur's Gate. Oh, sorry, number 4, Baldur's Gate 3. Number 3, Bronze Medal, God of War 2018. Woo woo. And Silver, number 2, Bloodborne at the top of the podium. Number 1, Talaz Wood. Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. Yeah, and then we just got Neon White slotted in there at a very nice position, 27, just under Titanfall 2. Very nice, very decisive.
Adam gets to re-rank.
Yeah, it's
That's
time for
right,
the
yeah.
chaos round.
Yeah, just walk us through your thought process here, if you can think out loud for us, Adam. Just looking down the list here, what are the
What upsets you the
egregious?
most?
Yeah, what needs fixing?
What upsets me the most, and we'll leave that for because I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I like boy, the whole list is just like trying to read through it is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you just always
Sea of Stars should be higher.
Hell yeah.
Honestly.
Yes.
There's like
Actually, you're
there's,
the
like,
one that
really good-
added Sea of Stars, right?
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
shit!
yes.
Look
So
yeah.
I might,
Oh yeah.
I
This
might
is your
have some-
second game you're adding.
Yeah.
Yes. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 should be higher.
Hell yeah.
There's
Yeah,
clusters of
like-
like 3 to 5 games at a time that I'm like, everything in this order
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then something else pops
Yeah.
up. It's like, not so
And-
much.
Falls apart.
Yeah.
Here's another one that needs to be higher. WCW NWO Revenge should definitely be higher.
We
Oh,
finally
played
yeah.
did
the
one.
hell out of it.
Believer.
You want to talk
Yeah.
about smoky basements? I played the hell out of that in a smoky basement.
It's so good, dude. It's such a
It
good
was so
game.
much fun. It was so much fun. But what I'm going to be moving the most egregious out of all those, even though that's a close second with WCW, is Sunset Overdrive.
Oh.
64 is way too low for that game. That game is fantastic, and yeah, I honestly, I'm gonna make a really big move, only because I honestly can't stand this series, and I'm gonna move Sunset Overdrive to number 10. And boot Kingdom Hearts 2 out of it.
Nice.
Oh my god, is that a 54-point jump?
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's probably the biggest one we've had so far.
Here.
How
Last
many times
episode
I'm gonna be on this show?
Ellie.
I gotta make it count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. I like that.
Sunset Overdrive from what was that, 64?
Yep.
Up to number 10 in the
64.
top 10. I love
Now,
the
to be
boldness.
fair, I'm not just doing like Sunset Overdrive, the movement, everything. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I mean, like I love like the creating different
Mm.
guns. Like I get to shoot an exploding teddy bear gun. That's
Hell yeah.
That's
awesome.
pretty great.
Mhm.
And it is so strange that I guess Ratchet and Clank has the worst movement of any Insomniac game. Like they've done really good movement in games, like, even like
You just
going back to
somersault the left and right
Spyro.
constantly.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, Ratchet and Clank is like the least. But then, man, they're so good at movement and gameplay.
Yeah.
Why are they they're the ones that are obsessed with running towards the camera, right?
No, that's Naughty Dog.
No,
Old Naughty
I'm
Dog.
thinking
Yeah.
of Naughty Dog. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Disregard me.
Bandicoot.
Yeah, they made Sunset
Uh,
Overdrive, and then their next game was Spider-Man. Just
Mm.
killing it on
Alright.
that movement,
The
man.
upward
That's
trajectory.
right. That's
Somebody knew what they were doing with movement,
Yeah.
apparently. Sick. All right. Well, that's a great move there, Adam. So big shakeup. Sunset Overdrive makes it to the top 10. Kingdom Hearts 2 is out. Sorry, Cam. But yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
So
I
It's
just can't
it's
stand
still
that series.
it's still number 11. It's
It,
fine.
it lasted
So,
as long as we expected it to last.
Yeah. All right, Steven, I'll turn things over to you for a game.
Welcome back, and it's been a while since I've done a game because I'm lazy, so apologies, and plus I haven't been on the show. And since we are doing a Game Awards debate, I thought we'd also do a Game Awards quiz. So what I've done is I've just collated a bunch of games from the Game Awards that are receiving their nominations this year. I'm just going to go randomly through. I've got about 15 games. I'm just going to tell you their Metacritic score. Then I'm going to tell you their developer, followed by publisher, followed by what platforms it's on, and finally with the genre to give you the most obvious clue. Just buzz in when you think you know the answer. And that's about it. It's a pretty simple game. Is everyone prepared?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's see how well you know your Game Awards. 94 on Metacritic. From Studio Zero.
Never heard
The
of it.
publisher
Oh, yeah, I have.
is Atlas.
Can I just say it?
Yeah, of course you can. That's what I said. Buzz in.
Caden.
Caden.
I've seen the fucking logo of Studio Zero every fucking day for the past 2 months. It's Fantasia.
It is Metaphor Re Fantasia. Good job.
That
All
sucks
right.
because I have too, and I totally just like Zero.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, some cool names studios this year. Actually, yeah, it's good fun. All right, I'm jumping down to the bottom of my list now. 83 on Metacritic from the developer All Possible Futures. This is a Devolver Digital published game, and the genre I've given to it is just a little guy.
Jonah.
Just a little guy.
Jonah.
The Plucky Squire.
The Plucky Squire. Good job.
Yeah.
That's
good
clever. That's clever.
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
All
That's
right,
another
back
miss,
up to
man.
Yeah.
All right. Another 94 on Metacritic from Team Asobi.
Jonah.
Astrobot.
Astrobot.
Hell yeah.
Got that fast, dude.
All right.
I got yelled at by one of the Asobi people because I almost filmed the game like 3 days before it released at PAX.
That's fair. I waited in that line just to not play the game. I just wanted to play their little like carnival games.
All right. 91 on Metacritic from developer Shared Memory. Published by Big Mode. It's on everything.
Mateo, Animal Well.
Animal Well. Damn, it didn't get to say what the genre was.
Tell
It's
us.
Metroidvanias with bad jumping.
Yep.
Is the genre.
That's it.
That game is so good, dude. So broken though. You can use those bubbles and just basically do anything in the game once you get the bubbles.
81 on Metacritic from developer Game Science. From the publisher Game Science. This is on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. The genre is Dragon Ball Z.
Jonah. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
No.
No.
Oh shit.
Think about what Dragon Ball Z is and then tell me what the game is that got nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh, this is a Game of the Year contender?
Oh, I don't remember.
Journey to the...
Oh. What is it called? I know what
West. Does no one know the game?
Mateo.
Mateo.
You got it. I can't remember the name.
Black Myth Wukong.
Thank you.
Thank
There you go.
you.
God, it was driving me nuts.
I thought Dragon Ball Z was the obvious genre.
Well, there's a Dragon
can
Ball
see
Z game that came out this year.
Yeah.
But is it a go contender?
That threw me off.
Yeah.
That's funny. 86 on Metacritic Bloober team.
Oh,
Jonah.
Caden.
Caden
Must
got
be
it.
Silent Hill 2 remake.
It is Silent Hill 2 remake.
What is
All
the
right,
genre?
I think that might be. You guys tied currently? The genre
No,
was Dead
Jonas
Wife.
3 points. Jones got 3 points. He's in the lead.
92 on Metacritic. Creative Business Unit 1.
Ooh, Caden. Must be
Caden.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Yeah, in the genre of sword measuring contest.
What?
What?
What just happened here?
That's like the stupidest. They call all their development studios Creative Business Unit 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
That's what they call their
Yeah.
developers.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
So stupid.
All right. We have 81 on Metacritic. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Apologies.
Oh yeah, baby. Did you-
81 on Metacritic. Developer Ninja Theory
Jonah.
from Jonah.
Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
Hell yeah.
Damn,
Man,
I
I
would
think
not
you
got
might
the
be
name
taking
right.
this one away.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot that the game came out this year.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna go with the genre first, and then we'll come back to the developer. 94 on Metacritic. Pain Simulator.
Mhm.
Mateo.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good guess. From
Did
Software
Shadow
developed
Tree.
this Pain Simulator.
Jonah.
Jonah.
I just said
Shadow of the
Shadow
Air
Tree.
Tree.
Yeah.
Can you guys not hear me?
Caden
Yeah?
did say it.
Oh, did he? I missed
I didn't
it.
hear
Sorry.
it. I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear
I heard
you.
the
Did you
I heard
also
a tiny
get-
bit of it, I
Did
swear.
Caden also guess Dragon's Dogma?
No,
No.
he didn't guess.
Well, I'm sorry. This is the first time I'll ever give a point to Jonah that he didn't deserve. So he's got to get one.
The
Every
first
now and
and
again.
only time that'll ever
The
happen.
first and only time. All right, do we want to finish up this list or we want to wrap it up? Jonah, what's your time out?
I gotta get going, so let's do one more and wrap it up.
One more and wrap it up. I love the name of this one. So, all right, 82 on Metacritic. I'm gonna go with the genre. The genre is, dude, bro.
Adam. Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2, hell yeah!
Man,
What
what
was the
a
last
hit.
one?
Oh wait,
All
no,
right.
it's not. I actually got it wrong.
No,
It's
that's
not.
right.
You son of a bitch!
No, yeah,
No,
that's right.
so that
That's
was
right.
82 on Metacritic, and the genre is fascism. No, sorry, it's not. It's from Saber Interactive. Does Mateo know this
Saber.
one? From
Saber. I have
Focus
just...
Entertainment. And it's also in the genre dude bro, which Helldivers 2 is definitely in the genre dude bro, but I'm talking dude bro.
Oh, Mateo, Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2, that's right. But
Oh,
yes, you
shit.
you get a bonus point for guessing
Helldivers
Helldivers 2.
Space Marine 2 is basically Helldivers 2, dude. It's the same game.
It's also fascism as well.
It is also
so.
fascism as well, yeah.
Sick. All right. Well, thank you so much for organizing the game, Steven. Yeah,
I
hilarious.
think
as always.
Jonah is the winner, so
I think
well done,
Adam's
Jonah.
the winner for
Yeah,
guessing Dude
guessing
Bro
Helldivers
Helldivers.
2.
Good job.
Yeah.
Adam, you win.
I got the secret
And,
one.
My,
You got the
my one
secret
point
win.
didn't count.
Secret rare, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's time for final thoughts. Congratulations, everyone. We made it to the end of the podcast. Pat yourselves on the back. As our guest, Adam, we'll give you final thoughts. If there's anything you want to plug, recommend, any thoughts that are completely non-tangential or related to the podcast in any way, the floor is yours.
No, just you guys. I mean, again, thanks for having me on. I love listening to you guys. Like, you guys are just a cool group of dudes, and I love listening to the games and everything that you guys come up with. I'll also shout out my kids, Alice and Morgan, because they're starting their video game journey.
Let's go, Allison Morgan.
Yeah, they're playing lots of Mario, and like I told you guys on the Discord,
my
my daughter
God.
just beat Lego Star Wars. She
Yeah,
getting
that's
into
fun,
the whole Star
dude.
Wars. The Lego games are. I've never played them. They're actually fun.
Fun.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah.
class, dude.
Yeah, and we're also going through Cat Quest 2. But other than that, just you guys, and thank you.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
dude.
like if you're cool with your kids playing online, my daughter is always looking for new friends to play Fortnite with. So, and I know Steven's son plays with her all the time. It's super fun. And
All right.
Fortnite actually has really good parental controls, so if you're worried about it, like it's really solid.
I don't know why that actually surprises me.
No, it's actually really in depth.
Sick. All right. And Jonah, final thoughts.
Just want to shout out our patrons again. You guys are freaking awesome, making 2024 awesome. We got one more show for you guys after this, and then we'll be seeing you in 2025.
Awesome. Steven, final thoughts.
I've been playing some some Arkham Knight actually.
Ooh.
Third time's the charm, and
Oh,
I'm actually
shit.
enjoying it. But man, like Batman proves that snitches get stitches, because every time you interrogate someone to get like some Riddler trophies, like he just like will literally break their back just for telling them like where some freaking trophies. Like ruthless, dude. Absolutely ruthless.
The real
Oh,
villain
man.
is
Mateo.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman's a menace, dude.
Vigilante.
Where is J. Jonah
got no-
Jameson for Batman?
That's true.
He broke their
He-
teeth. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's just like
Bruce Wayne owns the newspaper, dude. This is the problem with getting
Yeah.
billionaires involved in
Mhm.
superheroing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a one newspaper he prints nothing but Batman propaganda. I got no final thoughts, dude. I've been snow running a lot lately, so all I'm thinking about is trucking. And sometimes you're driving down the road and you see a truck like on the road now, and you're like, I feel you. I get that now.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I've been running logs all morning.
Do that. Oh, shit.
It's a more realistic version of like 30% of guys saying they could land a plane or whatever that statistic was that came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a little bit more realistic than that. Not
Yeah,
much.
see, Mateo's got the full like truck setup for his
Mhm.
snow running simulator, and he plays it,
Yeah.
and then he
Yeah, like the
too
rolling
also
cage.
has a PS5 behind a curtain attached to a TV that he takes breaks to play video games on.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Just living
Dude.
that reality for sure. All right, well, my final thoughts are just once again, thanks to you, Adam. You're just basically like what makes our community great distilled into one person. I mean, you're so active
yeah.
and positive. You're always like, have positive things to say about the games you're playing, and you're always prompting positive discussion in the communities. I'm a big fan of your weekly Friday, what's everybody doing for the weekend thing, and
I like
I
that.
just really appreciate your positive vibes, and you're an awesome dude, and it's been great having you on the podcast. Get to know you a little bit better. So
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, and my final thought is that bro, I hope that next Pokemon TCG pack has some Gen 3 Hoenn Pokemon in it. I got my binder set up. It says like Gen 3 Mons, and I'm just waiting to slot in those Gen 3 Hoenn
You gotta
Pokemon
go,
into it to
dude.
show it off. And the Roas. Okay, bye.
Bye.
As always, a big thank you to our friend Misdriven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MIST_RIVEN719 or on Bandcamp at Misdriven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.